A woke storm has erupted on Capitol Hill after the first ever transgender woman was elected to Congress. Sarah McBride is the representative for Delaware and is a biological man. Her election has some in Washington very concerned about the bathrooms that she will be using, to the point that Representative Nancy Mace introduced a bathroom bill to stop biological men from using women's bathrooms and locker rooms.
And allow biological men into women's private spaces. I will stand in the brink and stand in the way of anyone on the radical left who thinks that it's okay for a penis to be in a women's locker room or a bathroom or a changing room. Hell no. I'm not going to stand for it. And the speaker said it'll be in the House Rules package. If it's not, I'll be ready with a motion, a privileged motion, to force a vote on this. This is not okay.
Nancy Mace.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI'S, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. Now, I want to go into this, and I'm going to more likely do a part 2 on this. It's because now they're having a fit in the Capitol or the White House, pretty much Capitol, about the Transformers being able to use women's bathrooms. Now, the crazy part is, it's been, I would say, at least 8 to 10 years since the whole the Transformers thing came out. The reason I say 8 to 10 is because when Obama was in office, he was the one who let out all the flames. Then it started spiraling until you could change your gender and all this other mess. And then they got all the rights to be having all these marches, do what they want to do, even more than even the woman can do. Got the police force and all the other stuff, and then could use the bathrooms. So you fast forward to now. Actually, let me go back a little bit to, I don't know, I want to say 2018, 2020, whenever Biden was in office. There was a lot of accounts of these Transformers in the women's bathrooms having their way with the women and the young girls. And nothing much was done. And it kept going on and on and on to the point people started having more problems with it, but nothing was still getting done. So now all of a sudden, when this thing gets in office, when this thing starts getting in office, now they all of a sudden have a problem with it. So what was this problem back then? So now she's trying to force a vote to get this thing to go back to the men's bathroom. But the problem is, the men don't want that there. So they should get their own bathrooms of anything. You imagine, so imagine both sides. The woman got to stand next, they don't stand, but they got to sit in the stall next to one, or they got to see one standing in, I don't know, whatever they do in the bathroom. And you just see the rod just hanging out doing what it's doing. That's disturbing in itself. And then you go to the men's bathroom. When a man stands up and that thing stands next to you with fake implants, and then trying to be dressed as a woman, that's disturbing in itself, because now it's got to pull down the skirt or whatever it's got to do. So that's just weird in itself. See, all these complaints happen now. So like I said, what was these complaints before? This goes to show you that this place is nothing but confusion and whoredom and wickedness. All this stuff is disgusting. That thing should not be in either side of the bathroom. That should have his own canal somewhere else for the rest of his kind. So it only affects them now that it's in their parole or their perimeter. But no one was complaining about this from on the outside or where everybody else was at. So why now, right? This is Revelation 17:5. It says, and upon our forehead was a name written, Mystery, the Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. This is clear cut right in itself, because this is all you see. Here you could be anything and everything. Here you can worship anything and everything. You can make up your own gods if you want to. And you and it's sick and funny at the same time, because these people have that mindset. They can make the Bible whatever they want to be. They can make a whatever book they want to be. And the worst part is, you could tell your child the same thing, and you have parents pissed off about it. Because you have a lot of parents that do subscribe to it. Then you have a lot of parents that's actually going up to schools and causing hell or a ruckus, as they say. Like the one woman that actually came into the school, tore down the flag in a history class. It sat there, and it was funny, but I sat there and thought about it. I was like, why is the flag covering the mat and teaching history? What does that have to do with anything? But it's to pretty much programming children to pretty much focus on today of what you want to be. So the schools have their curriculum, but they still fall behind it. So the whole game is to have population control. That's why they enforce it so much. Of course, a lot of people on backlash behind it, but the government funds all this stuff. They just don't want it inside their own courtroom. So that's the hilarious part. So they said basically let the vermin have their fun. Don't bring it here. But we saying the same thing. That's why we against this place. That's why we prophesy against the wickedness of this place, so it goes down faster. Now, of course, with all the things Esau done, and this is one of them, passing stuff like this. This is why it reminds you of Rome so much, because Rome, they did the same thing. They had transformers, transgenders back then. They even one of the Greek gods, they like to talk about Loki, how he would just transform into anything. His main thing was transforming into women. When in reality, he was just putting on women clothes and having men plow him. He wouldn't mess with the woman. He would mess with the men. So that tells you something. This is reincarnation of Rome all over again. Of every empire, really. So this is Matthew 12 and 26. And it says, if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And this is exactly what you're seeing here. You promoted all this stuff, and you welcome it in. And then you find something wrong. Now you gotta be like, oh shit, we done messed up. Now we gotta back out of this part. We don't want this here. Well, this was the very thing you influenced. So it should be everywhere, including into your courthouse. Hell, it should be another candidate running for president. There'd be a transformer. A transformer should be running for president at this point. Because this is what you're getting everywhere. This is what you're promoting all over the world. So what more of the Capitol or the White House? This is what makes it hilarious, and this is another one of many reasons why this place is going to fall. There's an imbalance. There's no actual real structure outside the system of how things are ran, as far as the police system, the ambulance, and all that other stuff. Outside of those, there's no real actual system. It's just chaos and imbalance. There's no structure. There's no full guided structure. But of course, this is the plan. Even Esau is really trying to pretty much get rid of this place. Every country out here has their eye on this place, ready to destroy it and ready to be the next big America. Hell, that's what China's even saying. China admitted it. We're ready to be the next America. We just want to get through this one out of the way. So why not let them destroy themselves, or we destroy them for them? We destroy themselves for them. And that's what it's ultimately going to come down to when that World War III is officially in the heat. Right now, they're just stacking up coals. They've already officially said that we was in World War III as the start of last year in April. Now they're really trying to kick it off, and soon it will. Very soon it will. And it's going to be like a furnace, a boiling furnace. I'm talking about you just sitting in front of it, not when you just upstairs you feel it. No, you're really gonna see it sitting in front of it, right? This is the last one. This is Isaiah 24:10. It says the city of confusion is broken down, and we're seeing it. I mean, just think about, I don't know, I would say maybe 20 years ago. Everything seemed fine, but you started seeing the progress of this place starting to go down even then. Obama gets in office, flames open. Let's not even talk about that, because that was a clear sign in itself. But with how things are ran and how the cost of living constantly goes up, is a sign of that breaking. What pretty much just showing of this place breaking. So, and you see what it is today. How it was chaos in 2020, and it's going to get worse here as we keep progressing. It says every house is shut up, and no man may come in, and that's when the heat really starts kicking in. When even these foreigners start pretty much start leaving, as far as the ones that are making business, they go back to where they from because they ain't making no profit here. Especially when lockdowns and martial law kicks in, that's when you're really gonna see it. That dollar crash and all the other stuff. So, and for the people that's actually born here or stuck here or converted here, they screwed, because especially the ones that's converted, because they ain't gonna be able to go back to their country. They ain't gonna want them. They no good. So everybody might as well live it up here, because that hell is really gonna kick into it, and that's when, and this is why I say the fun's really beginning, because we're gonna start seeing a whole lot of other stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if they put a transformer president in office. That might be their next big thing. So who knows? We'll see. But that's pretty much all I got on that. So, little one, this is a little edifying with that. Shalom.